Good morning, everybody. Just waking up on Campbell Lake. Today we are going from Campbell Lake to Buttle Lake. There's a little waterway that gets us from one to the other, so we're going to go check out Buttle Lake. The neat thing about Buttle Lake, it's in a park. It's in Strathcona Park itself, so the complete area is untouched. I know where we've been is completely beautiful, but there's the odd clear cut. Down in Buttle Lake, there will be none of that. I just want to show you what I've been tied to here for 3 nights. Tied to this little root. That little bush has been holding us tight for 3 nights here. Yesterday we didn't go anywhere or do anything. We had rain on and off. Yesterday could have been called Old Man Walks on Beach, Looks at Rocks in Between Rain Showers. But today looks a little better. Where there really is stumps all through here. Going out the way I came in, didn't hit anything on the way in, so goodbye, little islands. So we're coming up to the passage between the 2 lakes. The little island we stayed at was right there. And coming up to this passage here, there's a bridge, there's a road that goes over the passage, and we're about 22 feet high with this little mast, so I think we're fine, but I'll film it. As far as these man-made lakes go, I just think it would have been super interesting to have been there at the time when they built the dam and to watch the water rise. The water would have risen first in Campbell Lake, and then it would have started to spill over where we are now into what was to become Buttle Lake. And I think it would have been a really interesting process to witness. I'm really pushing the boundaries of what you can do with a 26-foot trailered boat. The roads getting up here were not good. I had to go super slow. I've been on a logging road with this boat once, and that was super slow, obviously, but the roads up in the mountains here are not well taken care of, and man, I hit some bumps that I thought I did some damage, so I'm going to be going super slow on the way out of here, just get this boat home safe, and hopefully this is the most remote and roughest trip I'll ever do with this boat, I would imagine. And we're coming up to the bridge. Well, we made it. It's really hard to tell. I mean, I knew we were going to make it, but honestly, it is hard to tell. Oh, we are entering Buttle Lake, which is in Strathcona Park. Just a beautiful mountain area for camping. There's dozens of campsites, waterfalls, just beautiful, pristine mountains, and there's even still some snow on the peaks I can see down the valley. But a beautiful, beautiful place. There's a mild breeze. I expect it to fill in, so I'm just going to throw a sail up and get the motor off. I'm in no hurry. So I watch these sailing channels. They're always sailing. So I watch these sailing channels. They're always changing sails, and the conditions are always changing. And I just told you I was going to put up a sail. As soon as I turned the motor off, the wind just died. So we're back putting down the lake. Like I said, yesterday was cloudy and rainy. We've got everything drying. And I spent much of the day on the laptop editing some video, and I'm using the solar panel for the very first time. So behind us there is the Buttle Lake boat launch, which I just went and checked out. I would have launched there originally, but I wasn't allowed to park there overnight. So I'm way down the lake at the Karst Creek boat launch. And that one is sketchy. I'm not sure, but to get the boat back on the trailer, I may have to get the truck and the boat somehow back up to this one. So that's my mission for today among sightseeing, is to figure out how to get the boat out of the water so I can sleep tonight. Well, shut the engine off and I'm going to go for a swim. I enjoy swimming. Well, I've shut the engine off and we're coasting. I'm going to go for a swim. It's really good for me. It's good for my shoulders. I ran a furniture and appliance delivery company, I mentioned, and I made my living with my shoulders. So it's something I have to take care of. And I'm going to put the dogs downstairs because I think if I jumped off the boat, at least one of them would jump off the boat after me, and we don't want that. So I'm going to put them downstairs. You may hear them barking. I hope not. Whew. Good dogs, you stay. Good dogs, really good dogs. I think there's enough wind to fly the spinnaker. Okay, that's my kind of speed. So you can see behind there's hardly any wind. There's just this light little breeze. And I'm so impressed with this sail. This tiny light little dinghy spinnaker flies in this tiny little breeze. I couldn't fly any other sail on a regular boat this size in this breeze, I don't think. But this is amazing. I love it. I fucking love it. Now the wind is completely, let's get out of the wind. Now the wind has completely changed direction and is howling, but that's not the way we want to go. Crazy stuff. So we've turned around. The wind is still quite strong. I'm down here so you can hear me. I'll solve that problem somehow. Sailing is all about plan B, C, and D, I'm finding out. We're going back to the Buttle Lake boat ramp. There's some safe anchorages around there that I know, so we're good for tonight. But the plan for tomorrow is to hitchhike with the dogs from the Buttle Lake boat ramp back to the Karst Creek boat ramp to get the truck, because the Karst Creek boat ramp, I barely got the boat off the truck, and the lake has been dropping for 4 or 5 days now. I don't think I can get the boat back on the trailer at that one. I really don't, especially in the right position. So the smart move is to go chill out for the evening. You'll see that. And tomorrow morning, park the boat safely somewhere and hitchhike back to the other boat ramp and get the boat. That is the plan. Oh, the other thing was, in this wind, I just tried to put up the spinnaker, and I'm finding the limitations of this boat and these sails. But I put the spinnaker up, and boy, it was just way overpowered. So I brought that down without getting the sail wet, actually, which was, I thought was whatever. But I'm interested in finding the limitations of this boat, so I'm going to put up the mainsail. It doesn't carry as much wind, and we'll see what happens. Well, I got the mainsail partially up. I guess you could call it reefed. That's what I wound up with. This thing truly is the toy boat. I'm loving this. So we were doing a pretty good clip before I even had the sail up. People, when they're out sailing in the, if they're crossing oceans and a gale blows up, they call it bare masting, right? You just take everything down and the boat goes along. Plus we've got this big, the big back on the bench is pushing us along too. So yeah, just gonna keep it chill. Always something to do when you're sailing. Wind dies down a little, you've got the full main out. So apparently we cruised up to Buttle Lake campsite. This is the most amazing campsite I've ever seen in my life, not only because of this, but I just talked to a couple of girls who pulled up in the canoe there, and they're staying on this point back here. But all up in behind us here is about 7 or 8 campsites, and we're out on a peninsula. And the main campsite's way back there, where everyone else is. Those girls are wondering why no one else is here. They got this whole peninsula to themselves. It's just crazy. They just rocked up in this canoe here. And you can rent canoes at Strathcona Lodge. And yeah. Check out this moorage. Just tucked in here really nicely. Beautiful beach over there. Okay. So this is us here for the night. The Buttle Lake boat launch is literally right across the lake. So we're gonna boot over there tomorrow and try and hitch a ride back to the truck. So thank you for watching another episode of Rock the Boat. Oh, just kidding, just kidding. If you made it this far, you're probably gonna wonder if we're gonna make it back to the truck. No, no, no. Hey, not the scummy water. Oh my God. Billions of gallons of clean, fresh water. And there she is. Honey, come. Come here. We can solve that problem. Good girl. Oh, good boy, Angus. Brave little boy. The race is on. Honey doesn't even wait. She just swims right out to grab it from him. You want me to throw that again, don't you? Right, that's what you're doing, right? Or not. Fun, fun. Good morning, everybody. So we moved the boat not very far to where we are now. The boat ramp's just over the hill there. And the dogs see their leashes on the beach, and we're about to walk down to the information station. It's about 7 in the morning. I don't know when they open, probably not till 9. But we're going to walk down there anyway and find someone to give us a ride. Woohoo! Got the truck. Honestly, can't believe our luck. We were hitchhiking for about 2 minutes, and this wonderful girl named Amber came by. She was going hiking somewhere and gave us a ride to pick up the truck, and here we are. Honey is so happy to be back in the truck. Well, success. We are loaded. It's a big boat being towed by a small truck. Honey has not left the cab of the truck. She is really anxious to get home. Thank you for watching another edition of Rock the Boat.
and Malcolm can't overstay the welcome when they're cranking up a crowd. Ted's from Motor City, and when he plays a ditty, you know it's gonna be loud.